All right. Well, here we are, right in the middle, exactly. We are half the way through a whole month of Sundays. This is number 3 in 5 Sundays, and here we are. And as most of us know, we are focusing this whole month on how we can say yes, yes, yes to the good life that's here for us to say yes to. I mean, life is naturally good. How could it be otherwise? Its source is love. Its nature is to be good to us and for us, and all that's required of us is to let it be. Seems easy enough. I mean, when we say yes to the well-being within us, we experience the health and wholeness and vitality that is natural to our body. When we say yes to the happiness that's within us, we naturally experience happiness around us. We attract happy experiences to us. And when we say yes to the peace within us, we experience peace of mind no matter what. I mean, no worries. No stress, no need to control any situation. It's that simple. And yet, sometimes we make it so hard to feel the good in life. The spiritual teacher, the master teacher Mooji, wrote, "Life is miraculous. Once you begin to recognize the subtle gifts inside life, day by day you'll keep seeing and receiving more and more. We can only recognize the subtle gifts inside life by recognizing the subtle gifts of life inside us. The subtle gift of grace, for instance, allows us to let those around us be who they are in our presence without our even feeling a need to change them. The subtle gift of spiritual discernment allows us to know that there wasn't anything to change anyway. And the subtle gift of constant choice reminds us that we have the power to say yes to the good in life. In the Way of Knowing, we read, "Cultivate a very childlike attitude toward all you experience. Learn to happily ponder it, to wonder about it, to look upon it like a father does a child, like your Father does to you. Behold, I have created all things, and it is good." Which brings us to the title and subject of today's talk. It is what it is, and I did it. Now, I've been holding on to this title for quite a while now, ever since Laura Sostrom told me that the graduation theme of her grandson's high school class this year was "It is what it is, and we did it." It's kind of a good one. I mean, not to compare it to the one that was up on a sign around where I live. It said every day above ground is a good day. Does give a little more oomph to life. And it is true about the world we share. It is what it is today, and we did it together. And it's also true about our personal life. It is what it is today, and we did it individually. Our recognition that whatever is going on in our life, we thought into expression, whatever it is a powerful thing. Because such a recognition causes us to want to become a master of our moments rather than a victim of circumstances. Realizing that what is the result of what we've done so far is the beginning of changing what we don't want to do anymore and enhancing what we want to do more of. There's nothing that can affect our life in a more powerful way than for us to own our experiences of life, because we are the only one who can change our life. When we take responsibility for what is in our life right now and realize that we did it, we also realize that we have the power to decide what's next. Eckhart Tolle wrote, instead of creating expectations of what should or should not be happening, cooperate with the form that this moment takes. Bring a yes to the isness, because it's pointless to argue if it is already. A greater intelligence is available to you when you no longer reject, deny, or don't want what is. What happens in each moment is the result of thoughts we've already thought. It's our invisible thoughts manifesting in visible form and experience and conditions and life around us. It's pointless for us to argue with what we've already thought. It's like arguing with yesterday and trying to change it. But we all know that yesterday is what was. But often we don't realize that what is also history. Which is to say, we are experiencing the results of already thought thoughts. What's next depends on what we think now. Eckhart Tolle went on to say, if you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. Primary reality is within. Secondary reality is without. When we recognize that everything we experience is the magical display of our mind on parade, then when something goes our way, we get to say, I did that. And when something doesn't seem to go our way, we get to say, I did that too. And it's all good, because I get to celebrate my power to create and decide what's next by choosing it now. Our mind is so powerfully creative that what we believe we're going to see takes form before our very eyes. As we've said so many times, even when we think, I can't believe it, yes, we can, because we can't perceive what we don't believe. And there's a lot of good stuff we haven't believed into our experience yet. Now, it may seem to us that whatever's going on in any moment was already there before we got there. But it was nothing to us until we arrived, either in person or online or by turning on the TV and perceiving it for ourselves as something. It is the unlimited holiness of consciousness that's everywhere, that allows all that is to appear the way it is, no matter what it is. There's nothing else occurring. No other power, no other presence. We are each an awareness within that one unlimited consciousness. It is that one consciousness that allows us to be conscious of anything at all, wherever we are. It's been said consciousness has no religion, no belief, or ideology, no gender, no sexuality, no race, no nationality, and no age. It is pure, unlimited potential filled with unlimited possibilities. You are that consciousness. And because we're given the gift of creating our own version of life. The freedom to be aware of whatever we decide we want to be aware of, whether what we're aware of pleases us or not. We are free. So free, in fact, that we get to choose our perception of life from the unlimited possibilities that exist for living life within existence. Unlimited. We can be, do, and have anything we choose. We're each a conscious being, or we're each consciously being within one consciousness whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is nowhere. It's infinite and infinite and infinite, and there's no way to put a circle around it. And we are each a point of consciousness with a point of view that is pointing towards everything we view. It is our point of view that often limits what we see. The Way of Knowing tells us you are very much at play in the kingdom, in unlimited creative consciousness, like a child in a sandbox. And each event that arises for you need not be judged. For manifestation is simply the expression that reveals where the mind has been focusing. The real power is the very mystery that anything can manifest at all. And you are free to constantly choose anew. We get to choose the concepts and ideas and images and impressions we're going to call our life. And that's good news, right? What freedom. The bad news is that many of the concepts and ideas and images and impressions we call our life are secondhand. Much of our thinking was handed down to us by the thinkers who were already here when we arrived in this human environment. And so we may habitually think those secondhand thoughts without even questioning them over and over again, even though what we're thinking is causing us to say no to the good life that we want to live. Goethe said, a man sees in the world what he carries in his heart. Unless we stop saying, it's just the way I was raised, and decide that we want to see life for ourselves and we want to see who we can be in this life for ourselves, we can't raise our vibration to experience anything new or expand our awareness so that we're able to receive more and more. There's nothing that can't be changed if we're willing to change our minds. If we truly believed that we have the constant gift of choice, we'd realize that every manifestation, everything we perceive as our life in this world is simply revealing to us what we have chosen to perceive so far. And we take responsibility for what we see. And we would take ownership of our view of what is, rather than allowing whatever it is to own us. Abraham Hicks tells us it's in making such complete peace with what is that you're able to allow what you really want to be revealed to you in the next step. But if you're not making peace with what is, then you can't feel the revelation and become aware of the realization of what's next. We make peace with what is in our life by accepting it as if we have chosen it. When we do, we remove all the noise of friction and resistance in our mind that is caused by denial and rejection and unwantedness. Then we're able to feel the revelation of new creation within us. And our awareness naturally opens to the realization of what's next. And then when what's next becomes what is, and it's so good, we'll be happy to say, it is what it is, and I did it. Namaste. All right. Keeps coming off. It's okay. All right. Well, this is the time of our service when we get to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for bringing your beautiful, holy energy into this sanctuary. Thank you for joining us live. We can feel it. We're all one. And so we feel that love. We feel that support from you wherever you are. And we're so grateful. We're so grateful. And we're grateful that you're inspired to support us financially so that we can keep saying yes, 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 and thank you, thank you, thank you for as long as we can. So if you don't know how to support us or you'd like an easier way to support us, then our treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, has some ways that you can.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Okay, if you're online watching this at some point, I'm going to give you some ways that you can financially support the Life Enrichment Center. The first is via Facebook at facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center, and you can hit the donate button on that page and support us that way. You can go to our website, lecflint.com, and find the donate button and push it and donate that way. You can just do it via PayPal, which our email address is lec2512@gmail.com, and you can donate via PayPal. You can do it via check. We have a new mailing address. Our mailing address is Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321294. That's 321294. Thanks, Jim. Flint, Michigan, 48532. And so you can send us a check that old-fashioned way. And if you're here in the sanctuary, we're going to have our gratitude receiver coming forward, and we're going to entertain you with Grateful by Daniel Namada Nima Patel. And after that grateful song, we are going to be listening to Reverend Stephanie's gratitude prayer. Thank you.